Adobe Firefly can turn a single image into a video, but the results depend heavily on how you describe your camera movement in your prompt. In this video, I'll show you 5 image-to-video effects you can create in Firefly, including zoom, orbit, dolly through, parallax, and rack focus. Along the way, I'll show you how to use these effects in prompts, compare different AI models, and share a few tricks for getting better results. For all these examples, I'm starting with a single image and generating video from it. I'm using Firefly Boards because it's an easy way to compare prompts, presets, and AI models all in one place. For these effects, you don't need a first and last frame to generate video. I'm only using a first frame. If you want to do a specific ending composition, create that image first and use it as a last frame. But for these examples, I'm letting the AI handle the motion. Let's start with a simple zoom. We're starting with this image and this prompt. What makes this zoom effect so good is the cinematic camera zoom in the prompt, which creates a more dramatic interpretation. For this effect, I used 2 different AI models, Runway Gen 4.5 and VO 3.1 Fast. Runway Gen 4.5 created a much more dramatic result. It started with a rotation, then zoomed up to a close-up rotating shot of the watch, which feels very premium and cinematic. VO 3.1 Fast stayed much closer to the prompt and created a slow, controlled zoom with a little acceleration. Same prompt, completely different interpretation. In Firefly Boards, there's also some effect presets you can add to your prompt. These effects are layered on top of your prompt and can be a fun way to explore different looks. I added the dramatic spotlight effect, which adds extra lighting and shine to the scene. Orbit shots are great for products because they reveal multiple angles of the subject. I'm using this image and 2 different prompts. The first prompt has a basic orbit sequence with a slow camera movement, while prompt 2 includes a circular movement that reveals more of the product design. The difference in the prompt is subtle, but the second one produced a stronger orbit and revealed more of the shoe, including the back. This is a good example of how small prompt changes can create noticeably different camera movement. If a result feels too weak, try adding specific rotation movements and intentions. Dolly Through is one of my favorite image-to-video effects. Instead of moving around a subject, we're moving through a scene. I'm using this image and this prompt, which includes a camera dolly smooth forward movement through the scene. This works especially well for environments, cityscapes, fantasy worlds, and architecture. For this example, I used VO 3.1 Fast because it's relatively inexpensive and does a great job with realistic camera motion. One thing I like about Firefly Boards is that you can generate multiple videos at the same time using different models. Since each model has different strengths, it's an easy way to experiment without waiting for one result before trying another. Parallax creates depth by separating foreground and background elements. The trick isn't really the video prompt, it's the image. For this example, I generated an image with cherry blossoms flying very close to the camera, and the Torii Gates and mountains further in the back. And here's the prompt, with both foreground and background movement. Notice the foreground flowers move faster than the background scenery. That's what creates the depth effect. If your image doesn't have strong foreground elements, the parallax effect usually won't be very noticeable. So think about depth when creating the image, not just when creating the video. For the last effect, I actually used one of Firefly Boards' built-in presets, Rack Focus. Instead of moving the camera dramatically, Rack Focus shifts attention through the scene. The foreground might start in focus, then the background becomes sharp, guiding the viewer's eye through the image. For this flying pig example, the focus shifts through different parts of the scene, creating a more cinematic look. To use it, open the Presets panel and go to the Video section and select Rack Focus. The thing that's easy to miss is the View Prompt button. If you click it, you can open the generated prompt and switch to a different video model if you want to, so you're not locked into the model that comes with the preset. That gives you a lot of flexibility when experimenting with different looks and motion styles. Those are 5 image-to-video effects you can create in Adobe Firefly: zoom, orbit, dolly through, parallax, and rack focus. Try them with different images, different models, and different presets because even small changes can completely change the final result. Tired of guessing your way through prompts? I put together an AI workflows handbook that's packed with practical tips and techniques. It covers AI models, prompt recipes, visual direction, and much more. Stop the guessing and check out the link below to get better AI results.